I haven't got a steady hand though, so just beware.
Be lots of shots of the sunroof. Well, what we're going to do then, we're going to have a little bit
flashing
of a
red
look at
light,
the,
George, is that right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, go on. We're going to have a look at the C63 estate. Okay. So 6.2 litre V8, AMG tuned. Normally running about 460 horsepower, right. But I've chosen the car that's got the factory performance pack on it. So this has been boosted by another 30 horsepower, so we're running about 490. So in a fairly small car, goes quite a long way. So 0 to 60 about 4.4 seconds, 0 to 100 just under 10. But what's important, it will brake from 60 back to 0, just 2.6 seconds.
Wow.
So at the moment, all of that's just a load of numbers. So what we're going to do is find out what all of that actually feels like. So we're on the old Brooklands runway, and with the aid of launch control, we're going to go from 0 up to about 70, back down to 0, as fast as we can. So what we do, traction control goes into sport, my left foot's on the brake. That together lets us go into RS on the gear selector. Okay. Right hand paddle, that's engaged. Foot to the floor, 3,500 RPM, steady hand at the ready, let's go. So off we go, that's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, brake. Wow. Back down to a halt again.
Oh, one of these.
As is automatic, lets everyone behind know there's a lunatic on board. Cancel automatically as well.
Oh, okay.
And of course, what you couldn't see from inside was as we were at emergency braking, brake lights flash. Yeah. Again, just kind of giving everyone the heads up that the car's coming towards them rather rapidly. So, what we're going to do now, slight change of pace. We're going to head down to the skid pan. So, you've probably already clocked that in front of the building. Essentially, what we've done is think of it like a motorway. Got inside, middle, and outer lane. The inside and outer got very high grip concrete. To the middle lane, we coat it with basically the kind of resin paint you put on a warehouse floor, and we found that when you wet it, you've got about the same amount of grip as ice.
Is it like a rubber powder that's been painted in?
It's pretty much. Yeah. It's called Avatol. It's like a kind of silicone paint.
And when skid pan driving before.
Ah, okay, yeah.
It's slippery, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, there's quite a famous picture of Lewis.
You got the sat nav on.
Over. Yes, my first day, and I'm not entirely sure where I'm going.
Turn left after.
Of course, I ignore it because I know better than the sat nav. What we'll do then is give you a little bit of an idea of how these drift. So a little bit of power. It's very low speed out on this surface, and you can feel it just kicks the back end sideways. And you're just balancing it, little dabs of power. What you're ultimately aiming for is you want to be as smooth as you can be with the throttle, and you're actually doing more of the work in a drift with the steering. Yeah. So it's a strange way of using some fairly familiar controls, but once we pass the cones, I'll show you how it all works, because your power basically does your left and right, and your steering does the angle. So as we drift round, if I increase the power, see how it pushes us out? Our momentum actually takes us out, and conversely I lift off, tightens us up a little bit. So it's the steering that does the angle. So I'll fix the throttle as constant as we can. So just using the steering, can you see how I make it go more, go less, go more? Yeah. That's just using the steering. So that's your key point. Drifting is probably 90% steering and only about 10% throttle. Yeah. All your throttle's trying to do is keep a fixed point. Right here in this surface, about 15-16 miles an hour. It's your steering that's actually getting you drifting. So it's a slightly different kind of technique, slightly different kind of skill set, and it's like riding a bike. It just clicks, and then it's easy, but it's just getting to that point. It took me, if I'm honest, about 3 months, because of course you spend a career trying to avoid doing this sort of thing. Because on a racetrack it's too slow, and on the road, it's not what you want to be achieving. So. It's very, very different kind of skill, and this car running what we call an open diff, so you can feel it. The inside wheel basically spinning up, so I'm just having to serpentine the car to get it into the angle to drift. They do, as an option, an AMG locking differential, so as soon as it feels the inside wheel spinning, it just locks the axle, pushes the power to the outside rear, and it's if you're doing this sort of thing on the way to work, it's great. But I should sit on too, for good reason. So. That's a bit of drifting. So what we're going to do now is have a look and see how this goes on our handling course. So I'm going to put the traction control back on. Also going to put the gearbox into manual mode, so I can change gear now using the paddles or by using the gear lever. So right goes up, left goes down. So there's the Black Series version. So we have 2 of those doing experiences. Very, very cool car indeed.
That's lovely.
Not so sure about the Larry rear wing for driving down the high street.
Yeah,
It does look awesome.
Looks like a bit of an add-on, doesn't it? It's like, oh.
Which it is. It's very effective, but yeah, the car's perfectly good without it.
Yeah.
So out here we've got the larger of our 2 handling courses. It's quite narrow. It's about 7 metres wide. The car's only about 5 metres long, but designed to be more like a challenging A road. So turn 3 is actually downhill into an off-camber right-hander. Very easy to carry too much speed in here, and your speed in doesn't matter because what matters is your speed out.
Yeah.
Because you're straight into turn 4, which feeds into this lovely back straight. So if you get this right, you're up to about 95 to 100 down the back straight, braking hard from 4th gear, dropping to 3rd, about 50 miles an hour into turn 5. It's actually quicker than it looks, but again quite tricky because straight away you're into the hardest corner, turn 6, and it's trying to figure out where turn 6 starts. You just kind of merge into it.
Where it ends.
Very, very tricky. And then straight away into the mirror image hairpin. Turn 7, exactly the same, but going the other way. If you get this one right, you can literally just drive the whole way through, and then it's a tap of the brakes and a flick into 8. So let's try that a little bit quicker. So off we go, 2nd gear, brake, bring the nose into 1, a little bit of power back in snakes. Turn 2 is actually a little bit more grip around the outside of turn 2 than you think. Brake into 2nd, so slow into 3. As soon as the front end bites, you can load up the rear wheels, load on the power, using all the road and a bit more. Through 80, 90, 95, and then brake down to 3rd and 50. Get the nose in on the power, and then pick a braking point, any point as you come into 6. So coax it in. As soon as the front end bites, we can just steer through using the power. Brake, same again. As soon as the front end bites, we can just guide ourselves around. Tap the brakes, the balance of your states, like Monaco through there, playing chicken with the barriers. Into 1, always tighter than it looks. And then 2, leaning on that grip on the outside. Brake, 2nd gear. Feels like you're standing still. Then you can just power on, and it's lovely as you feel the tyres get a bit of heat. As the grip builds up, you can really commit that little bit more. You've got that bit more confidence on the brakes, a bit more confidence on the turning. You can apply the power a little bit sooner. Even on a road car, it makes such a difference getting things up to temperature. So coax it in, a little bit of power, brake, wait, feeding the power, and then into 8.
Brakes are awesome on this.
I think it's the biggest thing when you've got a car that can hurl you towards the horizon at that rate.
You
The confidence as a driver of knowing that when you hit the brakes, it's gonna stop.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so important.
Wow.
And these things have got a real kind of Jekyll and Hyde personality because when you do all of that, hit a couple of buttons, and you
It's nice and smooth.
you're back into an estate that Lassie could come along in. So. They're absolutely awesome. I mean, we don't modify them at all. Every single car we have on the fleet is just out the showroom.
Yeah.
So they put up with this grief about 363 days a year. We only close Christmas Day and Boxing Day. And tyres go, they're not too bad actually. About 500 miles for rears, 700 miles for fronts.
That's not bad considering what you're putting them through.
That's yeah, it's not too
Got
bad.
a new friend there.
Yeah.
Yeah, considering what you're putting them through,
It's not bad. I mean, these cars do about 1,000 miles a month. Of course, each one of those miles around here.
it's pretty extreme, yeah.
But no. So I mean, it's about 2 sets a month, which is enough. That's why we have Pirelli written quite large down the side because they very kindly give us tyres.
Oh, that's nice little sponsorship deal. That was brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Thanks for coming down, guys.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Take care.
God, wish I hadn't had that milkshake.